In Peru, the electoral board has rejected a move to bar the leading presidential candidate. The first round of elections is set to begin April 10th. CCTV's Dan Collyns has the story from Lima.
The decision was published and handed out to journalists in the early hours of the morning. Peru's top electoral court ruled out vote-buying allegations against Keiko Fujimori, the front-running candidate in Peru's presidential elections. She was accused of handing out cash prizes worth around $89 at a Valentine's Day breakdancing event. The law bars candidates from giving more than $6 during campaign events. One candidate has already been expelled for handing out cash on the campaign trail. Critics of this decision say it's one rule for one and one for another. Calls for Keiko Fujimori to be barred for breaking a new law against vote buying have been at the forefront of street protests against the candidate. Despite polling with around 1/3 of the vote, Fujimori remains controversial, and many Peruvians say they would never vote for her. She's the daughter of former leader Alberto Fujimori, who was jailed for 25 years for corruption and directing death squads during the 1990s.
We're marching because we believe that if the National Election Board follows its rules to the letter of the law, if it crosses out other candidates, then it should do the same to Keiko Fujimori for handing out gifts during the campaign.
Earlier this month, the Electoral Board banned 2 other candidates from the first round of voting, including the main challenger to Fujimori, Julio Guzman. The 45-year-old US-educated economist told CCTV the decision to bar him was arbitrary.
3 political parties that are participating in the presidential elections commit exactly the same errors, and the electoral authority said, okay, you can participate. You can participate, but Julio Guzman cannot. So that asymmetry, that disproportion in applying the law is also outrageous.
Other candidates have also criticized the Electoral Board's decision.
En este momento da la impresión que se está midiendo a los candidatos, ¿no?
At this time, it seems the Electoral Board is not measuring the candidates with the same yardstick. That makes this process more precarious and adds to a feeling of uncertainty and a crisis of legitimacy.
But some observers say the removal of the leading candidate at this late stage would throw the electoral process into disarray. Despite Fujimori's lead, polls indicate no candidate will win the 50% needed to win the first round, and there will be a runoff in June. Dan Collyns, CCTV, Lima.